University is a rite of passage for many young people, studying a chosen topic and learning life skills. But are they under threat? One story suggests universities could now be fined if their graduates fail to gain well-paid employment after graduating. So it begs the question, is university still worth the money? Well, I've got to start with the academic, haven't I?
Yes. I've got to be very careful here because I've
talk yourself out of it.
No, well, I've been in trouble for bringing a university I worked at into disrepute.
Okay.
By what did I say? That elite universities are toxic for all working class people, and I brought that university into disrepute. Apparently.
Oh well, the elite university,
yes.
or the one that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So,
and did you face censure for that? Did you get in trouble?
Yeah, I got a written warning for bringing the university into disrepute and for anti-middle-class rhetoric.
OK. What was the essence of that point? Do you mind going back into disrepute again?
No. What I was saying is that, and again, it really comes back to what we're talking about here. So if you go to university, universities are set up, the elite universities, for particular groups of people who have gone through particular schools and understand a certain way of education. And they've been almost trained in that way.
So you think the philosophy, the teaching approach of Eton works beautifully at Cambridge?
Of course it does, absolutely. I mean, I've been to the,
Like a continuation?
Yeah, I've done the Cambridge union debates and the Oxford union debates. They are absolutely the same, those chambers, as Westminster. They are training people to be politicians. That's what they do. And, the way that the networks are set up and the way that they contacts. So there are particular groups of people in the country that fit very well into elite universities.
But what about the working class kids that get into Cambridge?
But they're very few. They are very few. And when they get there, I mean, I've worked at some very elite universities. I worked at the London School of Economics. I worked at the University of Durham. I currently work in Luton at the University of Bedfordshire now, which is... it's an ex-poly, and all of my students are working-class students. And so this is why this story really has to be interrogated properly, because if you're saying that you're going to fine universities if their students don't get graduate jobs, but they are... most of my students at Luton, at Bedford University, are working in Amazon part-time. They've got caring responsibilities. They're working-class people.
Yeah.
For them to get...
And they're amassing debt.
Yeah, a massive £60,000 worth of debt.
Yeah.
And for them to then get a graduate job, I mean, what is a graduate job? But if you look at the other end of the scale, like Oxford or Cambridge, of course they're going to get graduate jobs because that's, the university fits with the business. The students that are in ex-polys, who have perhaps come from different backgrounds. When you go to university, you go with all the social capital, cultural capital, economic capital that your parents have given you. So if you come from a working class background, you go disadvantaged.
But if you do go to university and you don't get a job at the end of it, what was the point?
That's a different question.
When you might have spent 3 years training, apprenticeship,
and I think
seeing the world,
absolutely,
starting a business from your living room.
Absolutely, but where we are now is in all schools, they sort of saying to kids, you must go to university.
Yeah.
There is no other choice, and if you don't go to university, you're a failure. I mean, and that is a big message now to many young people, that you are an absolute failure. The stress that universities and schools are putting on students is massive.